This league is a lot about mindset, and if you're on a team or if you're about a part of an organization and you lose a lot, it wears on you, and it kind of carries up and it carries into the following years. A lot of people talk about losing organizations. There's a reason why there are losing organizations, because I feel like a lot of habits and thoughts go into year after year after year. So finishing the year strong is ultra important for us as individuals, but also us as a team. And going into next year feeling good about yourself, on a positive note, instead of losing 6, 7, 8 in a row. It's always a good thing.
That's what this time is, and as people can see, we're still competitive, and these guys are still approaching it. Like it's. It sounds cliche, but they're still approaching it like you still have a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, shoot-arounds are as focused as they've ever been. I think guys understand that we have a lot of things that we have to work on moving towards the summer and then into next year, and guys are taking that, taking that to heart. And one of the big things with that is taking advantage of the opportunity. And Cam and Keita, we're seeing them in different roles and different situations that they probably wouldn't have gotten had guys not been injured. And they've had some good moments in that, which gives you as a coach more confidence moving forward.
I don't think there's ever a time where we don't want to play good three-point defense, but it's just sometimes a certain personnel it's more difficult to guard. You're going to have more dynamic people, more dynamic players. It's harder to guard the three-point line because you're closing out thinking, hey, they can either drive it or shoot it. They can do both or whatever. It's a little harder to do that, especially when teams have multiple guys like that. So yeah, I would say I guess that's probably the answer. It kind of just depends on the personnel. It's really based upon that more than anything else.
I mean, the confidence is always there, but like anything, it takes time. And so getting able to play just gives you extra confidence, makes you more comfortable out there on the court. And my job is just to come in and provide a spark, defense, and shooting, space the floor. So the coaches believe in me, so that's all I can ask for.
You want to put guys in positions, especially when you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. You want to give guys challenges early in games and see how they respond to them. And we've done that a number of times with Josh, where we're starting him on the best offensive player pretty much every game. In terms of scorers and guys who they run offense through. Yeah, exactly. And so that's what we're trying to see, if he's able to do that. And he's done a good job for the most part. I mean, obviously there are still instances where we all need to improve upon. But you'd hope that he'd be a guy that when Robert is not, who's a first-team all defense, when he's not in the game, you'd hope that you wouldn't have any drop-off when you take Robert out next season, that you put Josh in and Josh just picks up where he left off. But I think also one thing that I want to commend Josh for is, his willingness to learn and be a playmaker too. I mean, we look and that Dallas game, he makes that nice play to Wiggins. I mean, he hasn't made a lot of those early on. So he's gotten better and better, so that's a big credit to him.
The guys are great. We have a great balance of young guys and veteran guys, and so the veteran guys make sure we're always on point. I learned a lot from Taj. I talked to him a lot just about how to go in the game and play with confidence, and don't be afraid to go out there and do what you do, because they brought you here for a reason. And so I just try to listen to those guys, and then especially the guys that's been here. They always been good since I've been here, so I really appreciate them.
We've missed a lot since Jeff, Derek. Since those guys went out, those were two of our better guys, probably two of our top 3 guys in terms of breaking the defense down and getting in the paint and then creating open looks for other people. And for that reason, we got to find that other places. And Josh came on where he's better with that. Our 2 challenges, we've been trying to, as a team and staff, we've been trying to break things down into small challenges going into each game. And our 2 challenges for last game were to have a better first quarter start. We wanted to keep them under 30, and then also do a better job defending the three-point line for the whole game. And we met both those goals. Now, when you meet those goals, you can't let other things start slipping, and you can't let those 2 things slip the next game when you add additional goals. But we continued to add to those, and we added a couple more today with things. We get Dirk, and then we get Dwyane. It's those 2 guys. What they've done for the game are things that you see more and more. I talked last game about bigs being able to shoot. Well, now you have guards, physical guards, and Dwyane's been doing it for a lot of years. Physical guards that are able to get to the basket and are great driving out of the slot. And then also his ability to draw fouls. I think that was something that I think a lot of players, especially younger players, have taken from him. Getting guys in the air and things like that. I mean, just his competitiveness is one that is going to go down as one of the best ever.
It's great. It's an honor to play against him. I mean, that's someone that I watched growing up. I had his poster in my room. And, he made me want to get Converse whenever he first came out. So, I mean, this is an honor to play. But the goal is still the same. They're trying to get to the playoffs, and our job is to stop them. So that's our goal.
One of the best ever. Especially talking about from the shooting guard position. He's a champion. He's a great, hard worker and someone that a lot of people can look up to. And he's a great human being as well. A lot of good stuff.
When you talk to young players about this kind of moment, you talk to them about the reason that it's happening is because of the championships we won, and not necessarily the individual parts of the game, as much, So from a basketball perspective, so I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the environments that we've had on the road, and the fan interaction and support.
It's that's something that a lot of analysts kind of looked at, and they talked about how his career was going to be short because he hit the floor too much, and I wouldn't call his career short at all, especially how much success he's had. But I'm sure it did take a toll on his body, somewhat. But hey, any of us will take his career any day of the week.
Right now, the thing I think that I miss the most is probably the interaction with my teammates in the locker rooms, the bus rides, the plane rides. The things that outside of the court. I mean, the court and 20,000, cheering for you, booing for you, whatever the case may be. That's incredible. You're definitely going to miss that, but. It's the locker room vibes. It's the friendships, the brotherhood, the bond that you build, with guys from so many different walks of life.
Separate myself completely. I mean, you kind of do that at shoot around. I mean, you think about it as like, oh, you're playing Dwyane Wade, but then at the same time, when you cross those lines, oh, that's out the window. I mean, he laces them up just like I do, puts one pants leg on at the same time as I do. So you got to have that mentality so I can play to my best of my ability so we can win.
I think, the one thing here is, we preach it, but we build a close bond, with guys, individuals, and I have a close bond with these guys, So it's going to be cool to be able to see their careers blossom and grow, and always be a sounding board, and always be a friend. So I just look forward to seeing what the next 15 years is like for these young guys.